The the assault and rape and parading of women stripped naked in the Indian state of Manipur um, has sent shockwaves throughout the world. Um, for the first time ever since this violence and ethnic cleansing that is taking place in the state of Manipur, for the first time, Indian media or the Indian elite and Indian conscious, the population conscious, has risen from silence, has broken their silence for the first time after seeing one of the most morbid forms of atrocity against women. And there's several women have been raped and murdered, but this footage, since there is a footage, people have been seeing, have been able to open their eyes and see the reality. This incident actually took place 2 months ago, but since the internet is completely banned in the state of Manipur by the Indian ruling government, that is the BJP, led by Narendra Modi, it has banned internet in Manipur since last 2 months since the violence has been taking place. This video or any other forms of violence and atrocity that have been taken place against this particular tribe, this particular ethnic tribe, um, we are not able to see. The world is not able to witness it because of the ban on internet. There will be several videos that might come out. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, giving a background to this incident, now Manipur is one of the smaller Indian states in the northeastern part of India. There are several ethnicities in the state of Manipur, and one of them is Kuki tribe. This is a tribal ethnicity, ethnic group. This is a very small, tiny population, but they live in mostly in mountainous and hilly regions in Manipur. But they do not constitute the majority of the state. They are a minority, and most of the Kuki tribes are happen to be Christians, and mostly converted in the last 100 years. There are Protestant Christians, there are Catholic Christians. The majority tribe is the Meiti tribe, so that they are mostly the Hindus. But this there was although there was some kind of skirmishes, some kind of discontentment, and several small scale violences in the past. For the past few years, this has escalated because the ruling BJP government in Manipur, which is the part of the ruling government of India, led by Narendra Modi, that's a nationalist party BJP, is now is trying to fuel ethnic and religious differences among people in order to gain the momentum or galvanize voters in their favor. And they're not just doing it in the state of Manipur; they've been doing it elsewhere as well. Doing it in states like Karnataka, which the election took place a couple of months ago, but but it had negative returns because BJP lost humiliatingly. They have done this in the capital city of India, in Delhi, when they lost the elections as well. They've been constantly doing it in states like Uttar Pradesh, which in where they have got very strong hold, and particular targeting is the Muslim community, um, and even in West Bengal as well, which another state which where they don't have a hold. So wherever they don't have a hold and where they're struggling, the BJP, which has a guardian organization called the RSS, okay, which is a very nationalist organization, nationalist, religious, ethnic organizations led by an higher caste Hindu groups, and which is now forefronted by Narendra Modi, the friend of Canada, the friend of United States, who had recently visited United States, met the President of United States, Joe Biden, met Kamala Harris, his close friend, address the State of the Union. Um, so, address the Senate in America, were widely received and widely praised by the American press and the world press. A very good friend of Australian government as well, and because the corporate world, because the corporate world wants India as a market, as a dump yard for their products, and they also want India to be a sort of for geopolitical reason they want India uh, to to India to stay away from Russia and China because of geopolitical reasons. India is a friend now, and they are not questioning the atrocities and the crimes committed by Narendra Modi's government. Um, his This Manipur violence have been taking place in 2 months, but nobody has questioned that. Between this, when Manipur violence taken place, he has visited so many countries. He was part of the Narendra Modi was part of the G20 summit, and he's also visited America. Nobody questioned it, and most of these ethnic tribes happen to be Christians. So the Christian world has not responded at all. Now, well, this is one case, Manipur. What's happening in Kashmir? The same thing. This ethnic cleansing in Kashmir against the majority Muslim population. Of course, there is Pakistani connection to it, but that's the secondary part. The primary part is that they are the Bharatiya Janata Party, the political organizations led by Narendra Modi, are using force to actually bring people into terms. They are not negotiating. They're just using force, using violence. They're using hate, crimes, um, but towards the entire globe, towards the modern world, towards the advanced world, Narendra Modi is showing a different face. In India, he's using violence, one of the most militant, one of the most uh, backward, third world, third degree assaults and third degree strategies to win elections, just like any maybe some of the African countries, because the state of India right now is much like Ethiopia, Somalia, or Sudan, or Congo. It is as bad as that. It's because of the democratic institutions, because of the democracy, because of the India's great constitution, and in the last 75 years of uh, government, which is mostly led by the moderate centrist Congress party, and because there is a large section of India which is middle class, highly educated, and we have a very sacrosanct democratic institutions. Everything is still under place, but that will all be dismantled. India might get into a civil war if this continues. This this particular incident of a woman being paraded in the streets naked, and you have you have young men who are assaulting her, or sexual assaulting her, and touching her private parts while she is paraded, and then she's been raped. This is beyond um, barbarism. So this can only happen in some maybe in African countries, or this may have happened in maybe in the 15th, 14th or 15th century. This is like a witch hunting, witch hunting or burning of witch widows or something like that. India is actually going back. India is going back to the Dark Ages. You know, when the Dark Ages were in Europe, and when the Dark Ages in Islamic countries, India was having its golden period. India is a civilized. Um, India is a civilized as a civilized tradition. It's civilized. It was a civil world for the last 2,000 years. Um, but because of this Hindutva, because of this modern Brahminical led Hindutva, which is now totally dominated by the RSS, the Brahmins are the highest form of caste in India, which now try to govern. They are only make 3% of the population, but they want to govern the country through using ethnic cleansing and using xenophobia, using fear, and using conspiracy theories, and all and Hindu supremacism, and trying to push aside and marginalize a lower section of the society, which is the Dalits, the lowest of the lowest caste in India, the Muslim population, which is about 10-15% of the population, the Christian population, the sidelining the Sikh population, which is about 2 to 3% of the population, which is mostly constituted in Punjab. But nobody is, no country, no advanced country in the world, say America or Canada or England or Australia, Germany or France, or even the Arab world, is not holding Narendra Modi liable for these atrocities. Nobody's questioning what is happening in India. This is so unfortunate. If this was happening in some any other country, the U.S. State Department, the Canadian State Department, the Canadian Prime Minister, or England's Prime Minister, Prime Minister of UK, or because it's most happened to be Indian, the Arab world, or of the Euro, they would have questioned it, right? But here nobody's questioning it, and this is very, very sad. We don't know which way India is going, but this has to be told, this has to be showcased, this has to be, the message has to spread. Uh, the dark side of India has to be shown and exposed to the entire world.